and we're about to dive into the meats. MI3.
Yeah, it's like incredible.
Mission Impossible 3.
Ethan Hunt again running
again,
jumping from the top. Whenever he has like an impossible mission, the first thing he asks, "What about the roof?"
Always what about the roof?
What about the roof?
I don't know what this dude's obsession and rooftop.
He likes to make an entrance, so
yeah,
coming from the top is always like the perfect one for him. He's always jumping from the roof, and he always does this thing where he just with the rappel, he doesn't miss it.
I remember in Mission Impossible 2, the bad guy was like, "Oh, knowing it's an hunt, he won't come from below. He'll come from the top." He likes misdirection and whatnot. It was crazy. But this movie, man, this movie was sick.
I actually liked the third part.
Yeah.
Comparing it to the second one, this was well done.
It was
First
so
of all,
good.
it was not a Bollywood type. There was no slow mo and there was no all of that. It was really good, and obviously, and I noticed that based on the different type of directors, there's always going to be a different type of movie.
Yeah.
So from the beginning, we can see the difference in each episode. In each part, and now. The third one by J.J. Abrams, and now you can see his own style as well, and it was grand.
Yeah,
I liked it. I actually enjoyed it more than the second one. It was really intense from the beginning. Started like with the future or the present, and then it went back. How they got to that part. I was like, yes.
I always love those type of movie styles where everything comes full circle.
Yeah. It's like, what, now you know why it's happening this way, and that was really, really nice. That was grand. I like that. So his directing style was beautiful. He has done Lost. He has done some of the Star Wars movies.
Lost was nice, man.
Yeah. So yeah, it was grand.
It was good, man. We're just gonna have like a simple discussion about it. Like I have notes, but they're very sequential. Lots of notes. But yeah, when the show started, after the whole I'm gonna kill her, count to 10 type stuff.
Yeah. And
then we switched up to everything went calm, and then you're seeing Tom trying to live a normal life.
It was a whole spin entirely. I was like, okay, it's kind of feeling disjointed, and the story is not adding up from the previous one, and now like what's that new life?
Who's this new woman?
Obviously it's a new woman every part.
Tom Cruise girl.
So now we have him trying to get married and all of that, and I'm like, okay, why is he like, what's going on? Like, is he no longer? Or is this like a job as well? It might just be like...
Is she a mark, right?
Yeah, or something. But that was not the case.
Yeah. He's actually trying to give up. In fact, he gave up field missions.
Yeah, he was now training. So the movie starts him getting the message out. He's one of his students.
That too as well. I was wondering who this woman is. What's the affiliation with Cruz and what's her name again? Is it Julia?
Yeah, it was
no, Julia is Lindsay. Yeah, I was wondering what the affiliation was, and then it turns out Cruz is a trainer.
There really was not like any backstory into all of it. We had to like figure it out.
And I love that. So it's like there's this thing. I love when the movie makers they understand that their audience is not dumb. They were dropping little hints, like you've left the field, now you're training, and everything just added up. So they let you ask yourself questions like, okay, I can just use myself as an example. Watching that, my mind was firing, man, on all cylinders. I was wondering who Julia was. I was wondering who Lindsay was. I was wondering what the affiliation was. Is Lindsay another Tom Cruise girl because she wasn't in part 2?
Yeah.
And then before you know, the conclusion paid off. So it depends whether the audience gets it or they do not get it. At the end of the day, it pays off. It either pays off with frustration or it pays off with satisfaction. Like, I'm good, But some people, they'll just be like, oh, Tom was training Lindsay. What's going on? Yeah, I love that shit.
So it's kind of pieced itself together in the end, which is fine, which is okay as well. But in every single part, I like how I think they would just be in a room brainstorming ideas on how that they're gonna give Tom Cruise his mission. Every single part. Okay, why don't we do it like this? Maybe we'll send a paper kite this time and or something. there's always going to be some. They just find a way. I'm just wondering what goes on in their mind or in the room when they're thinking about those things. Because
the brainstorming session.
This one was just so. It was so just different and out of the way. I was like, this toy camera, and I was like, oh my god.
I freaking love this part.
I'm waiting to see what the fourth one, the fourth part will be. I'm waiting to see what that one will be.
The fourth part is Ghost Protocol, right?
I think so.
Yeah, or is it Ghost Protocol is the next one. As per usual, like time limits play a major role in
the intensity is
always anything that's time sensitive.
Yeah. Just like the title, he's always in impossible situations all the time. Always in impossible situations. Like he was in an impossible situation when IMF caught up with him again and took him in. They bound him like a psycho.
Honestly, like gagged him.
When somebody is that bad, like every part of his body is a weapon.
Every part, man.
It's a human though, yeah. You know, like it has like any augments or anything, but any part of his body, you just feel that this guy is too dangerous that we can't even leave anything to chance. He was bound so bad, it was crazy, man.
They gagged him. I was like, "What? Come on, that's too much. It's too much." But I guess he was talking a lot. He was talking a lot.
No, man, this guy could use his teeth. He used his teeth.
He did.
Come on, anything can be a weapon to him, yeah?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just want to know what they do in those sessions when they're trying to figure out how they're going to give him, the mission.
This time it was a camera, right? I was like, come on, the tech in this part has exceeded my imagination. Why do you use that tiny camera to send the whole mission?
I don't even know how he was seeing it though. Those are like toy cameras where you put the film in and you press and you swipe and that kind of thing. So how is he even like? It was showing us so that we can see what's going on and all of that, which is fine. Was that what he was saying? Is it that? Are they so advanced in their tech and everything? But anyways,
it's the IMF, man.
Impossible mission.
Yo, did you know that was the meaning of IMF? I did not.
I knew. When he was telling her, I was like, shh, please read my mind and ask him what it means. And she did. I was like, yes.
The possible mission force. It's so
like that's a lie. That can't be true.
Yeah.
I was like, it is what it is.
Like now that I'm thinking about it, what does MI6 actually mean? Like James Bond, yeah. You're just gonna check if it actually means Mission Impossible 6. I'm going to lose my shit.
No, come on, you can't be.
Man, it might be cheesy like that.
MI5, MI6.
MI5, yeah.
Designations when both organizations came on that the War Office now. The MOD, MI stands for Military Intelligence.
Military Intelligence. Oh, hallelujah.
The option is acquired in the Texas, the Security Service, MI5, and SIS, the Secret Intelligence Service, MI6.
That's wonderful. Thank you, the UK. Thank you, the British. I didn't want to hear, it's Mission Impossible 5, Mission Impossible 6. That was so weird. Well, yeah, this movie we had Maggie Q come over and she was looking good, man.
Yeah.
As per usual.
She was really young.
This is the first movie where no one died. Did you notice? Where no one in his crew died.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. Turned on him.
Yeah. In part 2, Leon the professional.
What are you saying? What's his name? Turned on him.
No, forget that dude.
He trusted him.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing was the moment, yeah. What's his name? Burhurst or so. Brassel.
Yeah. Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah. The moment. Lindsay's message got to Ethan and said that Brassel was the mole. I immediately knew that was a lie.
Really? Oh.
It was too convenient. And at that moment, I was like, nah, it has to be deeper than that.
Oh, man.
The misdirection was just so obvious. And then I was like, who is he? Who is the next person that can be this?
How do you call?
And then I started to piece it together. Because I was like, it was like, she was sent on this mission by this particular person. And now he's the one calling him. Because I felt that he wanted to get him in the end to get what's the device I was trying to get.
The anti-god, the rabbit's foot.
I felt that was like the whole reason for this whole thing. I felt that why he was doing it, because he would be the only one to actually get it, and it's fine.
Yeah. I think he actually wanted it to end up in the hands of the enemy, so that they would have credible intelligence, and then they can move into action against the Middle East, which is, to be honest, quite clever, but it's on hunt as per usual, since it's up.
Yeah, but Musgrave was, I just knew. I was like, it can't be Brussels. It was too obvious. And then...
Yeah, it was too obvious.
And it was too easy. It was too convenient. I was like, no. I was like, the next person that can actually be this is
Musgrave.
And then where they almost made me believe was when Musgrave came in and told Brussels that... I don't know why I'm saying Belhurst. Anyways, that they caught him, and the way his face, which I was like, this guy is in on it. This guy knows something. This guy is close to,
And next thing, the jets and the firefighters.
I was like, is this guy you? Or then when he now got that message, like I was like, it was when they were going back or something. I was like, nah. This is too easy. Can't be.
Why is it so easy for Ethan to always break into an IMF office and break out of an IMF office?
the way he broke out, I was like, oh my god.
Because at that point, right, when Musgrave was trying to save Ethan, completely, like, that sealed the deal for me that Brasso was the bad guy, because he was trying his very best to stop him. But why is it always so easy for Ethan to get in and get out? They need more security in the IMF. I don't think you'll be able to break into CIA that easily, and even get out of the CIA that easily.
It's kind of how propped up this whole thing, making it seem like he's like the perfect spy. He's like there was this scene where I thought that his wife was dead. The first thing I was like, how can you be the perfect spy? You've not even spent 1 week in your marriage, and your enemy, has already found out your name, and now he has found your wife, kidnapped your wife, killed your wife. I was like, this guy is a spy. This guy is just so sloppy.
He is.
Because you can have spies that would be in a relationship, like get married, they will have kids, but you would not even know. Like, this guy did not even last how many weeks. He's married. He's just telling how he is and what he's doing and everything. I was like, this guy's not the ultimate spy.
It's just like the secret invasion stuff. Like, they just showed us that Nick Fury has a wife, which I'm not quite happy with, because they are trying to humanize him as more. Nick Fury is meant to be some kind of, God, quote unquote, in like the spy world.
That's crazy. And he's married to one of the
scrolls. So it's like, what are you guys trying?
What are you trying to do?
What's the narrative they're trying to push? But I'm not going to go in on that. I'm just going to wait for it and see if it works. Because so far I do not like Secret Invasion. But that decision, it's weird. But it's just like what you said. Spies will hide their personal family. The only thing I can give Ethan some kind of deniability is he didn't have enough time.
Enough time?
Yeah, he didn't have enough time.
He messed up. Do you know when he messed up?
Why?
When he was trying to throw Davian off the plane.
Yeah.
That was when he got his name.
Too much emotion.
And then that has to be one of the coolest quotes. He said, when he was trying to get you, like, why are you selling? What do you need this for? And the rabbit food and everything. Like, why are you selling and all of that? And who are you selling to? Was trying to get the information out of him. Was unable to get it. And then he pulled him back. That time, Luther was already calling him. He said, Ethan, this is not the way.
Luther, man.
He was like. Then Davian was now like, what I'm selling and who I'm selling to is the last thing you should be worried about, Ethan. I was like, that is a threat of magnitude. That is a threat of magnitude.
Damien was so cold, man. I love his voice.
I was like, if they do that one to me, I'm wrong.
I was not begging the guy, please, man. I'm sorry, it was just a joke.
He knew what he was doing. He knew who he is. He knew Damien is who he says he is, bro.
Damien
At that
was
moment,
cold.
I was like, this guy has like. So I was like, see, you can't be a spy and you're that sloppy. You are that sloppy.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know. Anyways, that was what I felt though. Yeah. But then there was this scene when they had rescued Lindsay and they were in the chopper and Luther carried the flare gun and the missile was coming. I was like, yo, what are you trying to do with this flare gun? He was trying to shoot at it.
Yeah, he was. I mean, so if a missile gets launched at you, you release flares, right? Because the heat signatures change the direction of the missile. But that's why, like, the stunts in this movie were so freaking cool, man. I feel this is where everything started, like, peaking. Everything,
2006 is a good year, I guess.
It was a good year, yeah. The whole Tom Cruise. Now, we need to talk about this part. When Tom Cruise was so desperate that he started calculating the distance from
he was looking at the building, and he started to draw the building exactly the way it was.
Can you imagine?
Like he knew he did not have enough time, and the craziest idea just came to his mind, and that was what he was thinking. I was like, and Luther was like, he just knew what he was thinking already.
Yeah. But do you know, there's no freaking way that Tom could calculate the distance, the velocity, the rate at which
they had to make it seem believable.
It's not believable.
No, it's not believable. I have to make it seem believable. Like he was looking at the buildings and he was drawing it, and in his mind he's doing some physics and calculations, which is zero,
yeah,
zero. but still. It's like sometimes I tell you, when you're watching some certain movies, you have to throw logic out of just throw it out.
I swear to God, that there was no logic in that.
Throw logic, because you just question everything.
Yeah.
Like I find myself questioning a lot of things when I'm watching some movies these days. For example, I found myself watching The Perfect Fine, and I was like, if I talk me about that movie right now, I don't have anything good to say about that movie. Yeah. But yeah, that's not why we are here. But that was it. let's get back to this. Let's get back to it.
I actually went online to look for. I just googled the math behind Tom Cruise's pendulum jump MI3. I didn't know they are like, it's scanty. Nobody really talks about it because I'm sure everybody's like, let's just suspend belief.
Yeah. So
but there was this one girl. There's this one girl, Tanya's math blog, and she has a question. I'm going to post it probably on Povcorn while we're talking about this part. But if somebody can please pull off the maths for Tom Cruise's swinging from one building to the other building in Shanghai, after getting the height of one building compared to the height and the distance between. First of all, how do you get that information? Do you just Google what's the distance between building A and Shanghai?
I don't think that's possible. You have to seriously dedicate your time and research on a lot of things to actually pull that off. Like,
and have a freaking big measuring tape.
Nobody has that time.
Nobody has that time, man. The way Maggie Q was just dropping the info, 200 meters high. I'm like, nah, Maggie, we don't believe that. Oh man. Well, the movie was so fun.
Yeah, I actually liked it. I liked it. But the way Lindsay died was so cool, bro.
Yeah, it was.
That was like the charge in her brain, and it just went off. I was like, oof.
Did you see her eye? It like rolled all the way back. One of them.
That was sad.
How do you look at?
It was messed up, bro.
How does her mom look at her in her casket?
It was messed up. I was like, I actually felt that one. Felt that one.
That's freaking bad, man.
Yeah, we finally got to see the way they make the face masks.
Yeah, so this is like when tech was, because the next mask is just it's like a chip, you can pull it off. It's like a piece of paper, right? But this one, they actually cut it off, like 3D build it or something. It was sick, man.
And then it was a lot of things. And then the way they had to like use that, there has to be like a math behind using those particular words to get the voice prompt, and then there has to be. I think those words kind of map out to or
other words
in a way, you know. So it's a thing. Just where you do the whole the quick fox jumped over.
Yeah.
So I feel
it's like it's a way to get probably get, like you said, mapping of his speech synthesis. Probably just speech synthesis, but it's way too easy, right? But for that, I can't suspend belief. I can't suspend belief for that. It was so cool, right? And that whole Vatican scene, in fact, the whole Vatican scene was so cool.
That let me know. First of all, he had to do that thing again with the rappel when he had to land. Yeah. Fine, it's one of his signature moves. Aside, running like
Now we need to talk about that running scene,
kidnapping Davian. Oh,
it was so cool, man. It was so.
I'm not gonna lie. I was like, this is a very cool operation.
Yeah,
smooth operator.
Yeah, but did you notice when he got changed from his Walkman clothes to the Pope to the priest? So it was the same thing they did in part 2 that you were like, it's impossible.
I took my eyes off at that moment.
Yeah. So he just, as he rappelled down and he stopped, next thing he switched. They just showed him walking out with like the priest clothes. I'm like, Chris is going to be so furious.
The time. When he was walking, I know it was someone else, and I was like, oh, it's actually him. I was like, okay. When did he even change? Well, I was like,
I've seen this before, but that's
maybe he just did maybe he was wearing it inside his Walkman clothes or something.
Nah, it's cool. But where did Luther learn makeup from? I thought this dude was supposed to be a hacker.
it comes with the trade. You have to learn as well. You just put the eyebrows and all of that stuff.
It makes sense. I remember reading this book, Orphan X. I don't know if you heard of it. It's going to get a movie adaptation soon, and it's going to be Bradley Cooper. I hope it does. But there is it's all the spy mission stuff, right? And their motto is learn a lot about many things and a little about one thing. So be a generalist, not a specialist. Jack of all trades, yeah, basically.
Master of none.
Exactly. So it seems like Luther might be might be ready to make up as Brown Thomas.
when I saw Luther when they went to rescue Lindsay, and I just saw those red buttons, I was like, oh, someone's gonna blow things up. I'm like, this needs to shoot guns. I'm like,
since when?
Anyways,
speaking about hackers, Benji, this is his first time showing up in the MI franchise, so I'm really looking forward to some more Benji. He was so goofy in this movie.
And the other thing I was thinking about was when Davian activated the chip in his head and the chap in his head, and we're fighting.
In Tom's head,
and Tom was unable to focus. It seemed like when he put his hands on his head and started using his elbows to fight, I was like, what is this? It was cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Krav Maga is cool, man.
I was like, this is so cool. The thing is, I think that was the only way he could actually focus at that moment to fight. Though I was like, well, Lindsay couldn't even settle. But anyways, yes, you are a master. You are the Sifu. Yeah, so you have more focus than she does. You know more things. Anyways, he was able to use that. I was like, that's really cool.
It was pretty nice. It just reminded me of the Dark Knight, the way Christian Bale fights, the whole
it was actually cool. So seeing that happen, I was like, that was a nice one to see.
We need to talk about the lip reading scene, man. That's so this movie pulled out, or is it just like something about the MI franchise? You just think of what's the most impossible shit.
Everything has to be impossible, man. Everything has to be impossible.
How? God, there's suspending belief, and there's this movie. It was too much, man. I love this movie. It's incredible. I have some nice quotes from it. I'm going to be putting in. So there's this one, if you zap her like that, you stop her heart. Do you remember that when they were looking for the defibrillators? There's, I don't care if your dad plays golf with the president.
I remember that.
This is intelligence. There's
he's a no nonsense.
No nonsense. That's actually what made me feel like he was a bad guy. He was too righteous.
I felt it couldn't be him. It was too easy. This thing is one direction. See, I've seen so many things. I've seen so many things that when I see some things, I just know something is off. I know that this is not. Don't worry.
Call it on the fly.
Call it today.
Call it on the fly. There's also the scene where when he finally landed on Vatican Wall, and he was like Humpty Dumpty Saturday. I was like, That is such a spy movie thing.
Nice code. It's not like anybody was listening, but just to just make it sweet.
Yeah.
Nobody was like tapping on their lines or it's just like, okay, nice one.
To the other side of the wall, right? And then also when he was trying to explain why he wants a life with Julia, and he was telling Luther about what I see in Julia is a life before all this. It was a very meaningful quote, you know. But I don't see how he goes from this wanting a normal life to dead reckoning.
Don't worry, we are watching it again now. We'll see what's gonna happen next. The next one is the fourth one. Let me see if he's still going to be married.
No, he's. I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Well, he meets her later on, and it's in Fallout where he pretends to be a doctor or some shit like that.
We'll see.
Speaking of dead reckoning, man, the stunts he sent me today, the new stunt. So we thought him hopping off a cliff was crazy. We saw something even crazier today.
I was just like, this man. And I like the fact that he was aware that it was actually very dangerous at that moment, where the winds and everything, it was like, this is too dangerous, we have to call it. And then when the winds cleared and I was like, okay. He actually takes some measures.
He does.
But still, you need to understand the amount of work that actually went into that happening.
2 years of training, man.
My God.
For speed, was it speed flying?
Yeah, it's called speed. It's like it's very dangerous, but it's not just like jumping out of like an airplane with the sheets and everything.
It's not
and
the
then
same.
You can do it well, and the camera is not going to catch it.
Yeah,
that is also a problem. They have to.
His team is freaking ingenuine, man.
God.
They found somebody. I don't know if he's probably a speed flyer,
probably,
or he trained with Tom.
I'm sure probably
the gimbal.
They just needed to put. They didn't need him to control the camera at all. They just needed to put it on him.
Yeah,
and he has to follow Tom, and they're going to control the camera with the remote control. So that was just sick. I saw it. I was like, even if the movie does not make sense, the amount of work that he's putting in to actually give you that genuine experience is crazy. And props to him, because it's not easy to get that done. Like, it's just wild.
He's a freaking cinema hero. I was watching a Fandango interview today, and the woman called him an ambassador to cinema.
I think I saw something on Instagram, but I just scrolled past. Steven Spielberg was saying he saved cinema.
Yeah, he saved cinema.
I was like,
exactly. That's the Fandango interview, actually.
So Spielberg said that.
But it's true, man. You don't get actors like this anymore. I know I wasn't born back in the day.
It's easy. It's kind of like it seems like we're in a world where everything is easy right now. Like, it's too easy. You can just use, AI. AI itself will do most of those things for you. Like, it's just crazy, man.
That authenticity is lacking in a lot.
And I like the fact that he's sticking to it. And we all know he's known for these things now.
Yeah.
Like, you won't see some stunts in the movie and I start thinking in your head, did he actually do this? Or did he not? Did he actually do this or did he not?
I like how that showed us the behind the scenes.
That makes sense. It's actually cool. I like it.
It is. It's freaking Tom Cruise, man. Yeah, do you have anything else for MI3?
Nah, I think it's a good movie. I enjoyed it. I would probably give it like maybe a 7.
Yeah.
I actually did
7.5.
Compared to the first two. Looking forward to the fourth one.
Especially the second one. Compared to the second. It's two vastly different movies, right?
It was like a different universe, a different Tom Cruise.
I miss Tom Dewey though. But we go Maggie Q, can't complain, can't ask for too much.
Yeah, it was grand.
It was wonderful. Definitely watch MI3. We'll just watch all the movies along with us.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it from us. Do all the fun stuff. We're trying to reach more people with our podcast. So if you love what we're doing here, if you love this episode and enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed making it, then please do share with your family and friends. Post it on your Instagram story. That'll be enough for us, honestly. And mention us and we'd repost. Follow us on Instagram at pov.corn. And if you like this video, please drop a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Povcorn Podcast. Yeah.
See you guys later.
Peace.
Bye, guys.